Hi and welcome to Inspire Within. In a quiet village, there lived a wise Zen master named Master Huan, who was deeply respected by his disciples. Among them was Kenji, a devoted student who had been learning under him for many years. One day, another disciple named Riku joined the monastery. Eager and quick to learn, Riku began to grasp the lessons much faster than Kenji. As time passed, Kenji couldn't help but feel neglected. He noticed that Master Huan spent more time teaching Riku, and a pang of jealousy grew within him. Finally, unable to suppress his feelings, Kenji approached his master. "Master," he said, his voice tinged with hurt, "I have been studying with you for a long time, even before Riku arrived. Yet you teach him more than me. Why is that?" Master Huan listened quietly, his expression thoughtful. After a moment, he replied, "Kenji, let me tell you a story." Curious, Kenji nodded and agreed to listen. Once, Master Huan began, there was a traveler walking through a scorching afternoon. Parched and desperate for water, he came across a well, but when he looked inside, he found no bucket or rope to draw the water. Disheartened, he left without drinking. Later another traveler came by. He was also thirsty and approached the same well. Like the first traveler, he saw there was no bucket or rope, but instead of giving up, he looked around and found a bucket lying nearby. Then he searched for something to use as a rope. He noticed some long grass growing nearby and began to pull it up to make a rope. After some effort, he had a long enough rope to draw water from the well. He quenched his thirst and continued on his journey. Master Huan paused and asked, "Now tell me which traveler was more thirsty." Kenji thought for a moment and replied, "The second traveler was more thirsty. That's why he worked hard to get the water." Master Huan nodded with a smile, "You are correct. The second traveler's thirst drove him to take action. This is the same with Riku. His thirst for knowledge is greater than yours right now, which is why he works harder to learn." Haji understood. He realized that he had become complacent and had not been putting in the same effort as Riku. From that day on, Kenji decided to change his approach. He began to study harder, ask more questions, and seek knowledge wherever he could find it. As time passed, Kenji's thirst for learning grew. He discovered that learning was not just about gaining knowledge. It was about growing as a person. He learned from his master, from Riku, and even from the world around him. Master Huan watched Kenji's transformation with pride. He knew that the journey of learning is never-ending. It is a path that brings joy, curiosity, and a sense of purpose in life. We all have the opportunity to be like the second traveler. We can choose to quench our thirst for knowledge, no matter how much we already know. The desire to learn is what keeps us moving forward and helps us grow. So remember, whether you are a student or someone who has already found success, never stop learning. The world is full of lessons waiting to be discovered. And as long as you keep your thirst for knowledge alive, your journey will always be exciting and fulfilling.